God says, listen carefully, my beloved soul. Before you scroll past this, take one slow breath. This is not about fear. This is not about pressure. This is about awareness. There are moments in life when something aligns so specifically with your timing that it feels personal, almost intentional, and today is one of those moments. You did not see this message by accident. You did not pause here randomly. Something inside you felt drawn to it, and that quiet pull is what truly matters. When it says, "This is very serious," it does not mean danger. It means importance. It means this moment carries weight. It means your spirit is ready for something it was not ready for before. Jesus is not trying to reach you through noise or fear. He reaches through stillness. Through that inner whisper that says, "Pay attention." Through that subtle feeling that something is shifting in your life even if nothing dramatic has happened yet. Over the past few weeks, you have felt something different. Maybe it was restlessness. Maybe it was reflection. Maybe it was a quiet sense that you are standing at the edge of change. You have been praying for clarity. You have been asking for direction. You have been waiting for confirmation that you are not forgotten. And what you must understand is that divine communication does not always come through loud miracles. Sometimes it comes through timing. Through a message that appears exactly when your heart is open enough to receive it. Only you have been chosen to see this, does not mean others are excluded. It means this moment is aligned with your personal journey. What touches one heart may not touch another in the same way. And today, something about your current season makes this message resonate with you. You have been growing quietly. You have been holding your emotions together. You have been stronger than most people realize. And heaven sees that strength. The part about 31 minutes is not about a literal countdown. It symbolizes readiness. It symbolizes immediacy of awareness. It means the shift is not far away. It means what you have been waiting for is closer than you think. There is a conversation about to happen. There is a thought about to become clear. There is a decision about to feel obvious. There is peace about to replace confusion. And when that moment arrives, you will recognize it. You may soon receive news that lifts something heavy off your chest. You may experience a sudden calm about something that used to stress you. You may realize that what you feared losing was never meant to define you. That realization is the breakthrough. That awareness is the miracle. Jesus is not reaching you to warn you. He is reaching you to remind you that you are not walking alone. That delay was not denial. That silence was not absence. That struggle was not punishment. There has been protection around you that you did not see. Doors that closed quietly protected you from bigger disappointment. Conversations that never happened protected you from deeper confusion. People who drifted away made space for better alignment. Right now, something is aligning in your favor. It may not explode into your life dramatically. It may unfold gently. But it will feel different. You will feel steadier. You will feel clearer. You will feel lighter. This is serious because you are ready. Serious because your growth has matured. Serious because you are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer doubts as easily, no longer chases as desperately, no longer fears as deeply. And that transformation matters. So do not rush past this moment. Sit with it. Let it settle. Notice how your heart feels as you read these words. Notice the quiet shift inside you. That shift is the beginning. God says, "My beloved soul, remain calm and stay with this message, because what is unfolding in your life is not about panic or urgency but about awareness and alignment, and when something is described as serious it simply means it carries weight, it carries meaning, it carries purpose connected specifically to your current season." Over the past few days you may have felt unusually reflective, thinking about decisions you made, relationships you invested in, paths you almost chose, and paths you avoided, and that reflection is not random, it is preparation. Jesus is reaching you not through fear but through clarity, not through loud signs but through internal realization, because the most powerful shifts happen inside before they ever become visible outside. You are standing at a quiet turning point, and that turning point does not require dramatic action, it requires stillness, awareness, and trust. There has been something weighing on your mind recently, perhaps a question about your direction, perhaps uncertainty about someone's intentions, perhaps concern about whether your efforts are truly leading somewhere meaningful, and heaven has not ignored those questions. When it says only you were chosen to see this, it means this message aligns with the thoughts you have been privately carrying, the concerns you did not voice aloud, the hopes you kept to yourself. Timing matters. And today, on this specific date, something about your internal readiness has shifted. You are more prepared now to receive understanding than you were even a week ago. Growth sometimes happens so gradually that you do not notice it until a moment of clarity arrives and everything suddenly feels more stable. The phrase about the coming minutes is symbolic of nearness. It suggests that what you have been waiting for is not distant. It may come through a message, a conversation, a realization, or even a sudden sense of peace that replaces anxiety. There is a breakthrough in understanding approaching you. You will see something from a higher perspective. A situation that once confused you will begin to make sense. A person whose behavior once puzzled you will become clearer. A decision you delayed will suddenly feel obvious. This is not coincidence, it is alignment. Jesus is guiding you toward steadiness, toward maturity, toward discernment that is calm rather than reactive. You have been tested in patience. You have been tested in restraint. There were moments when you could have reacted emotionally but chose silence instead. There were opportunities to respond impulsively but you paused. That pause was wisdom. That restraint was growth. And that growth is positioning you for something more stable. If you had rushed certain things in the past, you would have carried unnecessary consequences, but because you waited, because you reflected, because you endured uncertainty without collapsing, you are now aligned for clearer outcomes. There is also protection around you regarding something you almost pursued but did not. You may not even realize how much was shielded from you. Some closed doors were quiet blessings. Some unanswered messages were hidden safeguards. Some delays were divine editing. Jesus is reaching you now to reassure you that nothing meant for you has been lost. What did not materialize was not yours to carry. What left was not meant to remain. What stayed is meant to strengthen you. In the coming moments or hours you may notice a shift in how you feel about something that once troubled you. Instead of anxiety, you will feel acceptance. Instead of confusion, you will feel clarity. Instead of urgency, you will feel steadiness. That emotional stabilization is the miracle. Not every miracle is dramatic. Some miracles are quiet shifts in perception that free you from unnecessary stress. And when your perception shifts, your choices shift, and when your choices shift, your life direction adjusts. You are entering a more grounded season. Your reactions are maturing. Your thinking is deepening. You are less concerned with proving yourself and more focused on improving yourself. That change attracts higher quality opportunities. Conversations will begin to feel more respectful. Interactions will feel less chaotic. Decisions will feel less overwhelming. Stability is forming around you. Stay attentive. Not anxious, but aware. Pay attention to subtle confirmations. Notice when your intuition feels stronger. Notice when you suddenly understand something you struggled to grasp before. Notice when your heart feels lighter about something that once felt heavy. These are signs of alignment. Jesus does not need to shout to reach you. Sometimes he simply clears the noise so you can hear your own inner wisdom. Remain patient. Remain steady. Continue walking forward calmly. You are not being rushed, you are being positioned. What is meant for you will not pass you by. What is aligned with your growth will find you. And what is happening today is not random, it is part of a larger unfolding that will make more sense as time passes. Trust the quiet shift. Trust the steady growth. Trust that this moment matters more than you realize. God says, "My beloved soul, continue listening carefully because what is unfolding in your life right now is deeper than you can see with your physical eyes, and this stage is about revelation of truth within yourself more than revelation of events around you." You have entered a phase where illusions are quietly dissolving. Things you once believed strongly are being re-evaluated. People you once trusted without question are being observed more clearly. Even your own habits and reactions are being examined from a higher perspective. This is not confusion, this is awakening. Jesus is reaching you not to alarm you but to refine you. Refinement is uncomfortable at first because it requires awareness, and awareness requires honesty, but honesty leads to freedom. You may have recently felt a subtle emotional shift when thinking about someone specific or about a certain path you were considering. Something inside you paused. That pause was guidance. In the past, you might have ignored that inner hesitation, but now you are becoming more sensitive to your intuition. That sensitivity is spiritual maturity. You are no longer chasing validation the way you once did. You are no longer forcing connections the way you once tried to. You are learning to let alignment reveal itself naturally instead of pursuing what does not flow easily. This is growth. This is wisdom forming quietly inside you. There is also a restructuring happening in your priorities. You are beginning to value peace more than excitement, stability more than attention, authenticity more than appearance. That internal shift will soon reflect externally. Certain relationships may naturally distance because your frequency has changed. Certain opportunities may fade because they no longer match your direction. Do not interpret this as loss. Interpret it as refinement. When your standards elevate, your environment adjusts accordingly. Jesus is guiding you toward environments where your calmness is appreciated rather than challenged, where your silence is respected rather than questioned, where your growth is supported rather than threatened. The seriousness of this moment lies in your readiness to accept a higher standard for your life. You are done tolerating situations that drain you. You are done ignoring red flags. You are done shrinking your personality to make others comfortable. That realization marks the end of an old cycle. A more balanced chapter is approaching. In this new chapter, you will not need to prove your worth. You will not need to compete for attention. You will not need to convince anyone of your value. What is aligned with you will recognize you without persuasion. There is also something significant happening regarding a delayed blessing. What seemed stalled was being recalibrated. Sometimes heaven delays something not to deny it, but to align it with your upgraded version. If you had received certain opportunities earlier, you might have mishandled them due to impatience or insecurity. Now you are steadier. Now you are less reactive. Now you are more discerning. That maturity prepares you to handle responsibility with calm confidence instead of emotional volatility. Pay attention to conversations in the coming days. Someone may say something that confirms what you have been sensing internally. A message may arrive that validates your patience. An unexpected clarity may remove doubt from your mind. These confirmations will not be dramatic announcements, they will feel like quiet affirmations that you are on the right path. When clarity comes, receive it without overthinking. When peace comes, do not question it. When alignment appears, allow it to unfold naturally. You are also being protected from an unnecessary emotional entanglement. There was a possibility that could have pulled you into confusion, but your awareness is strengthening. You are seeing patterns more quickly now. You are recognizing inconsistency faster. This awareness is divine assistance. It prevents you from repeating cycles that once cost you energy. Jesus is not only guiding you toward blessings. He is guiding you away from complications that would have slowed your progress. In this season, silence will become your strength. You do not need to announce your plans. You do not need to explain your growth. You do not need to defend your boundaries. Quiet progress is powerful progress. Let your transformation speak through your stability. Let your growth show through your calm decisions. Let your maturity demonstrate itself without performance. What is happening now is not random. It is preparation for a more balanced future. A future where your efforts produce clearer results. A future where your emotional energy is invested wisely. A future where your relationships feel mutual rather than one-sided. This shift begins internally, and you are already in motion. Stay grounded. Stay aware. Continue trusting the quiet guidance you feel. The seriousness of this message is not about fear, it is about readiness. You are stepping into a more aligned version of your life, and the clarity you are gaining now will guide every decision that follows. God says, "My beloved soul, now that you have listened this far, understand that this phase is not ending in confusion but in confirmation, because everything you have been feeling internally is about to align with visible clarity, and what once felt uncertain will begin to settle into something solid and unmistakable." You have walked through doubt quietly. You have carried questions without always receiving immediate answers. You have wondered if your patience was being wasted or if your silence was being overlooked. But nothing you endured was unseen. Nothing you endured was pointless. The seriousness of this moment is not about fear of loss, it is about the weight of realization that you are entering a more stable and intentional chapter of your life. Jesus is reaching you now to anchor you in confidence. There is a shift happening in how you view yourself. You are no longer measuring your worth by how others respond to you. You are no longer attaching your value to outcomes that are outside of your control. You are learning to stand in quiet assurance. That assurance is what changes your environment. When you stop chasing, what belongs to you begins to approach naturally. When you stop over-explaining, the right people understand you without effort. When you stop doubting your intuition, your path becomes clearer. There is also a correction occurring around something that once disappointed you deeply. You may have believed an opportunity was lost forever. You may have felt that a certain connection was your only chance. But you are now beginning to see that what felt like loss was redirection. Redirection is protection disguised as delay. If certain things had worked out exactly as you once hoped, you might have remained in a space that limited your growth. Now you are expanding beyond that limitation. Your perspective is broader. Your emotional reactions are calmer. Your decision-making is more thoughtful. This maturity is the real blessing. In the coming days, you will notice increased mental clarity. You will think more decisively. You will hesitate less. Situations that once required intense emotional processing will feel simpler. This is not because circumstances changed overnight, but because you changed. When your internal stability strengthens, external chaos loses its power over you. That is the transformation taking place. You are becoming less reactive and more intentional. Less anxious and more grounded. Less dependent on validation and more secure in your own awareness. There is also a restoration element approaching. Something that felt fractured will begin to heal. It may be trust within yourself. It may be communication within a relationship. It may be confidence in your own path. Restoration does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like renewed hope, clearer boundaries, and stronger self-respect. Those quiet restorations create lasting impact. You are being restored internally so that future opportunities do not destabilize you. Remain observant but calm. Do not rush to interpret every small sign as immediate change. Let alignment reveal itself naturally. When something is truly meant for you, it will not require force. It will not demand anxiety. It will not create confusion. It will feel steady. It will feel respectful. It will feel mutual. That steadiness is your confirmation. Jesus is guiding you toward environments where peace replaces pressure, where clarity replaces doubt, where growth replaces stagnation. You are also stepping into a season of discretion. Not everything needs to be shared. Not every blessing needs to be announced. Quiet gratitude strengthens what is forming. Protect your focus. Protect your emotional energy. The less distracted you are, the clearer you will see what is unfolding. There is strength in restraint. There is power in calmness. There is wisdom in patience. The seriousness of this message lies in this truth: you are ready. Ready for a healthier dynamic. Ready for a clearer path. Ready for stability that does not collapse under stress. You have matured beyond old cycles. You have grown beyond former limitations. And what is approaching you will match that growth. If this message truly spoke to your heart, don't just watch and move on. Pause for a moment and respond with intention. Type, "I receive what is meant for me," in the comments as a sign that you are ready for alignment and clarity in your life. Like this video to seal your agreement with this new season, and share it with someone who has been waiting for reassurance. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next message that may arrive exactly when you need it most. Stay aware, stay grounded, and walk forward with confidence.